everyone, and welcome back to Math Merit. Today we are continuing with our concept review. We are on reviewing concept number 4, which was presented previously by Dr. White, and we will be reviewing today, following the same exact steps she explained. Okay? So as she gave the example, we will be changing what is 20% of 50 into an equation. How are we going to be doing that? Starting off with what? What is going to be our variable? We're going to just write W, okay? And is, wherever we see an is going to be where we place our equal sign. So W equals. Now, 20%, it's pretty to look at, but we can't work with it that way. We have to change it. And to change it, it's going to look like this. 20 over 100. Now, of is going to be where we place our multiplication sign. And to be able to do the math, we need to make 50 into a fraction as well. How do we do that? Putting it as 50 over 1. Okay? Now, this looks like an equation, right? And let's get to working with it. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be multiplying straight across, okay? So we have our W equals, what is 20 times 50? 1,000. What is 100 times 1? 100. Now what we have to do is simplify this fraction to be able to get the value of our variable, which is W. Okay? Now, we can use a calculator and divide how many times does 100 go into 1,000, or we can follow the simple step by crossing out our zeros. We are left with 10 over 1, which is also equal to 10. So that means that 20% of 50 is 10. Now, moving on to the next concept we're going to be reviewing today is proportions and similar figures. We learned how to write these figures as their correspondence as well. So, let's get ready to do so. Thinking back on how we did it. These two figures are similar, but they're not exactly the same. They're similar because they both have 4 corners and they're both diamonds. Now, this one is smaller though, and this one is larger. That's why they're not the same. But let's write the corresponding sides and angles, okay? Now, here we have A, B, C, and D. And here we have E, F, G, and H. Now, how would we write this out? We would write this out as follows. On our right-hand corner, we have A. On the top, we have B. On the left side, we have C. And on the bottom, we have D. Now, on the similar figure, we have E where we have A. So here, we wrote A first, so we will write E first on this side for this figure. Then we wrote B, which is on the top, and here on the top, we have F, so we will follow that up by F. Then, here we have C, we have G on the same side, so that follows, and we finish off with H on the bottom, just like we have D on the bottom on this side, okay? Like so. And that is how you write these corresponding similar figures, okay? The last concept that we are going to be looking into today is concept number 6, which is inequalities and their graphs. So, inequalities. First, our inequality symbols are these, which would be less than, greater than, equal to. That's more of an equation sign, not an inequality sign. But we do have our less than or equal to, which is our less than sign with the line on the bottom, and greater than or equal to, which is a greater than symbol with a line on the bottom. Okay? Those are our inequality symbols. Now, we have a word problem, which is an inequality. So let's figure it out. We have b is greater than 4. So let's write that out. We have our variable, which is b, and we know it's greater than, so it's bigger, greater than 4. Now remember, think about this as Pac-Man. It always wants to eat the most it can. So it's always going to go facing the bigger number. You just read it differently. Now, let's graph it. To graph these, we need a number line. Okay? In the middle, we have 0. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it continues, right? Now, our symbol is greater than. So we know that whatever b is, it's bigger than 4. So it's going to go that way, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to mark it with an open circle. Remember, it's open because it's not greater than or equal to, it's just greater than. And we draw a line going this way because we know the number is bigger. Okay? Let's go into another example. Let's say we have f is less than or equal to 2. Now, to graph this one, we're going to start off the same way, drawing our number line. We have our 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's go on to our negatives, 1, -2, -3, and -4. -4. Now, we know that whatever f is, it's less than, so it's a smaller, or equal to 2. Now, we start at 2, and we do a filled-in circle, so a solid circle. Why? Because it can be equal to 2. And we draw a line this way because it can also be less than, so any number smaller than 2. You see the differences? Let's move on to your assignment. Very well. For your assignment today, you have one problem for each concept we reviewed today, which was 3. So you have to answer a total of 3 math problems. First is, what is 30% of 50? Number 2 is to write out these similar figures. Number 3 is for you to write out this inequality with its proper inequality symbol and to graph it with the number line. If you need to, go back throughout the video and look and follow the same steps I did. If you need any extra help, please don't hesitate and ask. I'm here to help. Again, I hope to be hearing back from everyone very, very soon, and I hope y'all have a very wonderful day. Goodbye.